down. Push it in. Push that in. Hey, it's Greg here with Outdoors on the Cheap, and I thought I'd do a video on how to open a tin can with a knife, because I did a little searching on YouTube the other day looking at some experts showing how to open tin cans with knives, and the way most of them seem to do it is hard on the knife, unsafe, and unnecessary. So I thought I'd show you a different technique for doing that. That works really well, is easier on the knife, and arguably safer. So, number one, before I get started, why anyone would be in the woods without, you know, some sort of really basic Swiss Army knife type like this, something in their pocket, or something a little more beefy like this, I think it's like a German Army issue knife. Both of these have really simple can openers on them that work really well. Or if you've got some sort of multi-tool or Leatherman or whatever you're going to do, however much money you're going to spend. But any decent $20 pocket knife is going to have a can opener on it. And that's all you need, and you really shouldn't go in the woods without a backup knife in your pocket, in my opinion, anyway. But besides the point, let's say that all you got is just a simple knife, or maybe something way more elaborate than this. And the technique I'm about to show you can use a more companion like this or a machete, and I've done it with both. Okay, so all the way up to a machete will work for this technique. Okay, so let me get started here. Let me bring the camera in and show you exactly what I'm talking about. In most videos, what I see them doing is mimicking what a pocket knife can opener will do, right? A can opener like this, you hook it under the lip and you drive it in here, and you just work your way around the outside of the edge of the can, and eventually you take the lid off the can. So it just punctures it like that, right? And you just work your way along. Okay. What I see guys doing is they take the can, it's a good location there, and they pop the knife in like that, right? Get it through, and then they start just working it along like this until, so they're mimicking how a pocket knife can opener works, like that. Okay, and then you just continue all the way around. That'll work. It's very unsafe, and it's really hard on the knife. But you know, you're going right along the edge. If you slip, you're going to go right into your hand. Sure, you can hold it with your feet, or, you know, there's lots of different ways you can make it a little safer, but it's just so precarious and unsafe and unnecessary, because there's an easier way to open a tin can with a simple knife. And again, this will work. Imagine trying to do that with a machete or some big heavy knife. Well, what I'm about to show you will work with a big knife. Let me show you here, okay? So all you do, you can use your knees for this, right? Or you can use your feet, or you can get someone else to hold it, I suppose. I mean, someone's going to say, you've got it close to the triangle of death, you shouldn't. I'm pushing down on the knife. There's really not much bad that can happen. Let me do it this way so you can see. Okay, so I just anchor the knife like that, put it in until I've gotten about halfway into the blade, and then I just do that from the side, right? I do the same thing here. Okay, I do the same thing here like that. You can also push it down like that, right? And I do the same thing here, down. See? I can keep going, but this is all you need to do. Once you've got it like this, and some people are going to say this is unsafe because I'm pushing these jagged edges. It's only unsafe if you're unbelievably uncoordinated. Right? You just put your thumb on there and push it in. Push that in. Push that in. Push that in. Now I've got it into the can. Now I can have my beans, right? That's all you got to do. That's a big enough hole to get the stuff out of the can. You know, opening a can is about getting the stuff out of the can. And see, I've made only 4 simple cuts. I've sort of evened out the stress that the cut puts on the knife. Like, once you're out in the woods, you can't sharpen your knife easily unless you got gear for sharpening your knife. So you really don't want to submit it to undue stress. and going all the way around the edge. If you've got a subpar knife, you could chip the blade, I suppose. It's just putting a lot of stress on the very tip of your knife, which is a very important part of the knife when you're trying to eviscerate an animal or clean a fish or for finer carving tasks and stuff like that. I mean, opening a tin can with a knife is never a good idea, right? You should always have something like this along. But if you have to, my opinion, you want to minimize the amount of sort of damage or risk you're putting the knife in to open the can. And you also want to minimize the risk you're putting yourself in to get into that can. And also, what I just showed you is really fast and easy. There's very little that can go wrong with it because the knife's just going down and you're pulling in towards the can. You're not sort of pushing right along the edge in this precarious sort of way. So whether you're lost in the forest and you wander into a cabin and there just happens to be a can of beans in that cabin, you're going to use that to, you know, get some energy and warm yourself up, that sort of thing, a survival situation. Or you've just gone in the woods for an afternoon or overnight, and you brought a can of beans and you forgot your can opener. You can use a knife to open a tin can. You can use a fixed bladed knife, you can use a pocket knife, you can use any sort of knife to get into a can, but you don't need to work the knife all the way around the edge of the can, right? You can just go in and towards the center, in and towards the center, right? Or in and back up. There's two different ways to do it. I like to sort of stab it in and just pull it down like that, cantilevering off the side, okay? It's a lot faster, it's a lot quicker, it's arguably safer. And it's way easier on the knife. So that's how I've always done it, but I don't see too many people doing it that way. So I just thought I'd share that with you. Anyway, I hope you found this interesting. If you did, please like, share, subscribe. And until next time, enjoy the outdoors on the cheap. Thanks for watching.